Guys, the official trailer for Avengers Doomsday has finally dropped. I'm actually really interested in checking this one out because I've heard a lot of people talk about the one they showed at CinemaCon. I don't know if this is the exact same trailer as the one they showed, but, you know, even if it's not, I'm still interested in seeing some more footage from the film. We did have the 4 character teasers earlier in the year, but I'm hoping they don't show too much. But yeah, I'm just excited to hop on into it and see what the trailer reveals to us. Okay, so this is...
Something's coming.
Oh, okay. That's a incursion, I'm guessing.
We may not be able to deter.
That doesn't even sound like RDJ.
We shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
Okay. Okay. I see.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less.
What is this?
Than this one.
Okay. Oh, shit! Wait! I was so distracted from the previous shot that I didn't even process Cyclops. Oh, Loki's back. Okay, good.
If we do not stand together,
this looks strange.
put aside your petty squabbles. I presume
okay.
Nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters.
There's a lot of ash. Just a lot of destruction and gray again.
Mark my words.
I love how it's just effortless. That little grab.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
Okay, I see what they're going for with that moment at the end. It would have been nice if we didn't have that Steve Rogers teaser. Oh, and this Infinity Vision bullshit. I'm not even going to get into that in this video. It's not worth it. But it's kind of crazy they're releasing tickets already. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, they're doing this. They released the trailer today in particular to coincide with the official ticket drop. Only for these Infinity Vision theater. Okay, I guess I gotta talk about the fucking Infinity Vision. So, for those of you guys who are unaware, Avengers Doomsday and Dune 3 are coming out on the same day. And unfortunately for Doomsday, Dune was shot using real IMAX cameras. I mean, IMAX 70mm. The same thing they used to film the Odyssey. Not the same camera, obviously, because that's a new invention they made for the Odyssey. But IMAX technology was used to film Dune. And when you use IMAX technology to film something, you get the IMAX screens because you use their shit. And an IMAX theater is where you should be presenting your IMAX shot footage. So Dune has a 3-week exclusivity deal with IMAX. So Dune and Dune alone is the only thing that's going to be playing in those IMAX theaters for 3 weeks at least. Of course, it can and probably will extend that run in IMAX. But for the 3 weeks after its release, nothing else can play in those theaters, including Doomsday, which comes out on the same day. Now, Disney has been known to bully films out of premium large format theaters before. They did it with Quentin Tarantino. Back in 2015, he had a deal with some theater chain to play The Hateful Eight in their biggest theater. But then Star Wars came out and Disney forced them to forego their deal with Quentin Tarantino and play Star Wars instead. And that was a whole big thing.
As of yesterday, Disney came to the ArcLight people and said, no.
Wow.
You are going to play Star Wars in the Cinerama Dome for the entire holiday season. And if you don't, if you honor your deal with the Hateful Eight, we will not allow you to have Star Wars. The biggest movie in the world, we will not allow you to show it at any of your ArcLight movie theaters.
Oh. So in your mind, that's petty because they've got a big blockbuster on their hands.
They've got the biggest movie in the world. We're talking about one effing theater.
And I'm almost certain Disney tried to do the same shit here with Dune and try and force IMAX to kick Dune out so that we can take those IMAX screens for ourselves. But unfortunately, Marvel is not a guaranteed moneymaker anymore. And Doomsday was also not shot with IMAX. And also, Dune makes IMAX a lot of money. So IMAX told him, no, you're not kicking Dune out. And so what I gather is that Disney got really upset about that. So they made this new thing called Infinity Vision, which isn't some new technology or anything. It is literally just a label they're going to slap onto any premium large format theater that is not IMAX. So if you have a Dolby Cinema near you, or an RPX, or a 4DX, or a ScreenX, it's going to be an Infinity Vision theater. That's what that means. It's literally just a fuck you to IMAX. It's like every single thing that isn't IMAX has a potential to be Infinity Vision. It's literally just them being salty and petty over not being able to kick Dune out of those theaters. And it's fucking embarrassing. Honestly, this Infinity Vision thing, grow up. Fucking grow up, dude. But anyways, now that stupid rant is over, overall, I have mixed feelings on this trailer, right? On the one hand, it is, as an X-Men fan, it is really cool to see these guys in comic accurate gear, like especially James Marsden as Cyclops. Like that guy, his facial structure just matches the character so well. And it's so cool to see him in it. I just wish the shot before it wasn't one of the most bland things I've ever seen in my life, so I could actually process the Cyclops reveal. But still yet, it is very, very neat to see him in that outfit. On top of that, I like seeing Gambit. I'm glad to see Shang-Chi back. I can't believe it's been so long since we last saw him in a movie. But overall, I just felt it was weird. Like, there was a lot of moments that I just felt weird about, and I don't really know how else to say it other than I don't know how to process this. Seeing the Thing and M'Baku meet, but this time from a different wide angle. Like, I don't know, something about this shot makes my brain scream like, this is not right. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it either. I'm just looking at this and my brain is going, this is weird. This is just strange. Which I guess maybe that's what you want from like a crossover like this, just weird interactions, weird combinations of characters. But I just gotta silence that part of my brain that this is a frame that is real and not AI. Wow, I bet the Russos would be really happy that I'm calling their trailer "It looks like AI." Actually, Joe might be happy about that. Joe is very pro AI, I think. One of them is pro AI. I forget which one it was. But there's a few shots where I'm like, is this AI? Did you do that? Did you put that in the computer? Anyways, I probably pissed off like 4 of you already by doing that, by asking that question. But anyways, I got a big problem with the I don't know, this marketing strategy they got going on. I think if they wanted to make the ending of this trailer work, they needed to not have released the Steve Rogers teaser beforehand. They should have left his return as a surprise until we got to the end of this trailer, because then it would hit so much harder. And also, this trailer does seem to be kind of building up towards that, with Thor's speech about needing a miracle. You have Loki in Steve Rogers' house. I mean, it's building up to that moment at the end. That is not a surprise because we all knew it was coming. So, I don't know. I just think from a marketing standpoint, they really dropped the ball in that regard. But, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of just Steve Rogers being just some guy now. You know, he's just kind of, he's not even bothering to wear the Captain America outfit. He's just very chill. There's something about that vibe that I don't hate. I don't know. It's like all these other guys are all suited up and here he is just like, whatever. I don't know. I kind of like that. It's kind of charming. Also, RDJ, man. RDJ, I love the guy. He's a fantastic actor. If you've seen him in Oppenheimer or, you know, even as Tony Stark, you know that he's a very, very talented performer. And I'm going to be honest, I knew that he had that monologue at the beginning because it was very heavily reported on after the trailer premiered at CinemaCon. And I think someone said it was a British accent. And if you listen to the audio for like 2 seconds, you can immediately tell that is not a British accent. Like, this is, are you an idiot? I'm sorry. I don't remember who said that, but you cannot be serious. Also, it is very, very hard to tell that it is supposed to be RDJ. And that is really, really cool to me. That tells me that, okay, he's not just going to be doing Tony Stark again. This is a different performance. He's doing something new. He's experimenting. It's going to be something interesting. This begs the question, however, why cast RDJ as Doctor Doom? Because if he's going to be disguising his voice so much, what is the point? I get why. Like, I get from a marketing standpoint why you would do that, and I also get like, oh, isn't it neat that the hero of the previous saga is now the villain of this saga? But that would be cool if it was like an evil version of Tony Stark, I think, to really cement the idea of like the multiverse and how little changes can lead to different outcomes in different universes. However, this is a completely different guy. I'm assuming. The only way they could make this work is if this version of Doom is like a Stark variant, which I do not want. But I struggle to imagine any other outcome or backstory for this version and for why RDJ was chosen for this role. But yeah, I know RDJ is going to do a really good job with it. Already, he's got incredible presence. I love that moment at the end with Stormbreaker and he just catches it. Without even flinching or even really moving. Yeah. I like that I like that part a lot. I am concerned that we aren't going to get a lot of Reed Richards and Doctor Doom interactions. I don't even know if this film is going to make them arch rivals. Because even though that's Doom's whole thing is that he hates Reed Richards, I don't think there's enough time in this film with all of this shit thrown in to really establish that relationship between the two of them. I don't think... I would honestly not be surprised if Doom and Reed have never met before this film, which is slightly concerning for an adaptation of Doctor Doom, but I genuinely don't see a way you could establish that relationship here and have all this other shit and all these other plot lines going and make that dynamic feel like super important to the conflict of the film. That feels secondary to me. That feels like something that the Russos would not even really be worried about at this moment. And instead, I think they're more worried about how are we bringing these characters together. So I don't know how that's going to pay off. I think comic book nerds are going to be pissed coming out of this movie. But I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I really liked in this trailer. There's a lot of things that I wasn't so sure on, and I'm still not very sure on after watching it. The only thing I know for sure is that if you see one movie on December 18th or the 17th, go see Dune Part 3. That looks fucking incredible. You're going to get your money's worth watching Dune. But this says, I'll still see both. I'm not hating on Doomsday, okay? I might have problems with the trailer, but I'm not hating on it, okay? But Dune, man. that every time I see that trailer, I get chills, man. I'm also fuck you, anyone who saw the prologue in IMAX 70 millimeter. You lucky fucks. I never got you. We got the trailer for Other Mommy instead at the Odyssey. How is that a fucking fair trade-off? How is that whatever. That's going to go on my TikTok rants. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I don't ask you to subscribe. I ask you to follow me on other platforms instead. Anyways, this is the most chaotic trailer reaction I've ever done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Long live cinema.